We can do our photos. Yeah. Okay. All right, well, we'll go ahead and do the photos now instead of that.
Where do you want to?
Anybody want to direct us?
Okay, Assemblyman Reward, if you want to go to your right a little bit. Assemblyman Ortega, a little bit in right there. Charlie, if you want to go in. Same over here. Kim, do you want to sign?
Sure.
Do you want more people?
If you guys are all
Do you want
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, more the merrier.
This is just a
Absolutely. Perfect. Charlie, go a little to your right. Okay. And then let's bring. Awesome.
not today. Yeah.
Fired. Cool. Got 3 minutes. If you want to start whenever, if you want to give them a couple more.
All right, we'll get going. If anybody comes a little bit later, we can always do one-on-ones. Good morning, everybody. My name is Assemblymember Chris Ward, representative from San Diego, and here today to be able to talk to an issue that affects all Californians, every consumer, and that's a new phenomena that's come into our lives called surveillance pricing. Right now, companies are using your personal private data to adjust the price of goods or services based on your individual characteristics in ways that unfairly target you, the customer. Simply put, companies are using what they know about you, your demographics, where you shop, how much you spend, what your patterns are, where your location is, to decide how much to charge you. This isn't just theoretical. In 2022, my home county of San Diego, Target settled a $5 million lawsuit for unfair pricing practices, which changed the prices when customers entered the store's perimeter. Essentially, they used your geolocation data to entice you to come to the store and then change the price once you were in the store. A recent SF8 article found that hotel booking websites are raising their prices substantially for different consumers based on their geographic location. Specifically, they found that a user in the Bay Area was offered a nightly rate for a hotel room across the country that was $500 more than the rate offered to consumers in a Midwestern city for the exact same room and dates. The Princeton Review noted that users that come from a zip code that have higher Asian density households will pay more for test prep courses. At a time when the cost of basic necessities is rising, the last thing that people need to have happen to them is to be charged higher prices based on who they are. And let's be clear, this practice hits harder on lower income individuals and those with limited shopping options. Without legal protections, companies will keep using these tactics to boost profits at the expense of everyday people. In fact, corporate consultants tell companies that this can boost their profit margins 2 to 7%. Fair pricing is not a privilege. It is a right and expectation of all Californians. AB 446 will put a stop to this practice by ensuring that businesses offer standard pricing, the price a consumer would see if no personal data was involved. One person, one product, one price. I was pleased to see that the Federal Trade Commission had begun some work in this space. And in fact, some of their early research showed that there is a problem and we need to be able to put some regulation into this. But sadly, I don't have the confidence that this is going to continue to completion on the new administration. But California will again lead the way, alongside of other states, Colorado, Illinois, and Georgia, who have also introduced similar legislation. Ensuring fairness in pricing is not just about personal economics, it is preventing a new form of digital exploitation. I would like to introduce our next speaker, my colleague from San Leandro, Assemblywoman Liz Ortega.
Good morning. I want to start by thanking my colleague for bringing this important bill forward. Now, I want to talk a little bit about how this pricing or price gouging is actually working. So, many of you remember redlining. Redlining was a banking practice used to keep people who look like me from owning a home. Well, the new redlining is predatory pricing. Predatory pricing is corporations using your personal information to steal from you. Imagine, you're a new parent. You need diapers. You go online to find the best price. You get in your car, you drive to the store, and the minute you walk to the store, the price has jumped by $10. Now, this change did not occur because fair market value suddenly changed or jumped in 10 minutes. The price went up because the algorithm told that vendor that you need those diapers now. And this would be a good time to pick your pocket. This surveillance price gouging, and it affects everything: food, clothing, medicine, and housing. And I and my colleagues will not stand by and allow these greedy billionaires and corporations to continue to steal from you. AB 446 puts an end to surveillance price gouging by making it illegal for businesses to use your private information when charging different prices for the same product or service, whether online or in the store. Simply put, those diapers should cost the same when you get to the store as they did when you left your house. Without these protections, no one is safe from modern day redlining. Thank you.
Thank you, Assemblywoman. And now I'd like to welcome one of our co-sponsors from Consumer Watchdog, Kim Stone.
Good morning, Kim Stone with Stone Advocacy on behalf of Consumer Watchdog. Companies are using our data against us. If we don't stop this, there's going to be no way to put this genie back in the bottle. We have laws that protect us. When we go into a store, every single one of us who goes into that store has the right to pay the posted price for a particular item. The same principle should apply online. One price, one product, one customer. Not a different price for every customer, for every person, depending on who you are, what zip code you're in, what you look like. Consumer Watchdog issued a report about surveillance pricing, finding, among other things, Orbitz calls charged Mac users higher hotel prices than PC users. Target charged people more for televisions when they looked online when they were in the parking lot than when they were outside of the parking lot. Ride-share companies charged drivers or customers $5 more for a ride, exact same time, exact same place, exact same ride, based maybe on the amount of battery left in the phone. We can't figure out why. Federal Trade Commission revealed recently that retailers routinely scrutinize personal information and set targeted prices based on location, demographics, scrolling movements. That investigation was stopped by the Trump administration. Assemblymember Ward's Assembly Bill 446 is going to pick up where the FTC left off by protecting our consumers by banning surveillance pricing. Surveillance pricing needs to be stopped in California. If it is, the country will follow. One product, one price.
Thank you, Ms. Stone. And lastly, I'd like to welcome our second co-sponsor of this bill, Amber Parrish, the Executive Director of the United Food and Commercial Workers.
Good morning. Hello, I'm Amber Parrish, the Executive Director of United Food and Commercial Workers, Western States Council. We represent grocery workers across California, Arizona, and Nevada in grocery and drug retail stores. Working in our local grocery stores and community pharmacies, our members see just how technology is being used to maximize profits at the expense of consumers and workers. And if a customer thinks the price is different than what they were rung up for, our members are the people that they get frustrated at and may even take it out on. Sellers have always determined prices and the products they offer by data on the person who is buying them. But today, retailers are putting more and more effort into knowing everything they can about their buyers. Their preferences, how they use different products or services, when they shop, when they get paid, what they're willing to spend on, and more. The list goes on. And all of this information leads to retailers maximizing profits on the backs of workers and consumers. Retailers already have the tools they need to put this surveillance pricing into effect. They have the data, the algorithm, and the infrastructure. They're currently investing more and more into making sure they have all the tools they need to maximize their profits at the expense of consumers. Grocery companies are investing more and more money into AI technology in their stores and looking to install digital price tags on store shelves. Paired with their existing ability to collect massive amounts of customer data, these technologies give companies the ability to change prices in real time according to a consumer's individualized data profile. That means that by the time you grab a loaf of bread and check out, the price may have increased. And our members will be the ones who will have to explain to customers why they are being charged more. Customers deserve to be charged the same price for the same product. As surveillance pricing continues to mature and deployment spreads, it is important for researchers, enforcers, and policymakers to keep up. It's critical to lay out clear principles that guide future developments and enforcement in this space. That's why we're sponsoring AB 446 to prohibit businesses from using personal data of a consumer to adjust prices of goods based on their individualized data profile and ensure consumers have the right to a standard pricing option. Without legislation to protect workers and consumers for companies, prices will continue to rise and push low-income families further and further behind. Yes on AB 1446. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Parrish. Well, this is a brief press conference because it's a very simple concept. Our bill, Assembly Bill 446, seeks to be able to correct an economic injustice that is affecting all Californians. This is one of those things where we, of course, support the innovation that we see here in California. We know that technology can improve our lives, but we don't want technology to work against our interests. When it runs right into the wall of fairness and consumer protection, we are going to stand up for all Californians. This is one of those things that we may not even realize what's going on because this is all hiding in the shadows, in algorithms. But we know what's going on. The evidence is out there. And so creating the standard through AB 446 will help protect all Californians. One consumer, one price for the same product. We want to thank everybody for being here this morning. And please visit our website to learn more about this information, to download a fact sheet, and hopefully to earn your individual or organization support as well. We look forward to this bill's first hearing in its committee and convincing our colleagues to send the bill to the governor for his signature. Thank you all.